the campus tree inventory is a project that I put together for our conservation biology course here at Hollins. And so what we were hoping to do was to actually identify and take basic structural measurements on every single tree here on the Hollins campus. And the hope was that in doing that, we could help put together a data set that could be used to create a long-term tree management plan here on campus. The other piece that was really of interest to us was the fact that we knew that the emerald ash borer had recently arrived here in Roanoke, and we wanted to know if it was here on campus. The emerald ash borer is a non-native invasive beetle that was first detected here in the United States in 2012, and since then it's spread throughout most of the eastern United States, killing specifically our native ash trees. We set out to, again, identify all of our trees on campus and take basic structural measurements and specifically look at the health of our ash trees. The other thing we were really excited to do was to actually quantify the ecosystem services that our trees were providing here on campus. So things like preventing runoff, things like sequestering carbon, reducing energy costs in our buildings. These were things that we were hoping to be able to quantify using a special statistical package that's been developed by the U.S. Forest Service to do that. Our students went out, they collected the data for our conservation biology course. They then analyzed the data and actually put together an executive summary and report that was actually submitted to the Hollins administration, and they've been using that data since then to actually create a plan moving forward for managing our trees here. My hope was that the students had a couple different takeaway skill sets and lessons learned as they were doing this project. The first was that they got to see what field work was like for a really intensive field-based research project. So the students were doing work both in lab as well as outside of lab. They were working together as a team, collaborating, and they were ultimately having to manage a fairly substantial data set. They also had the opportunity to really learn about scientific communication, and in particular scientific communication to those who are not necessarily scientists. And the other is they had the benefit of knowing that they were basically providing baseline data for a project that we will likely continue for years on into the future as we track the health of our ash trees here on campus.